Okay, splicing lead core is one of those jobs that looks tricky, but actually once you've done it a few times it's not that difficult. Essentially, you just need some lead core and a splicing needle. Don't try and do this with a gated baiting needle. It looks very similar, but a splicing needle is tiny in comparison, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so the first thing to do is to tease some of the lead from inside the lead core itself. So basically it's like it's a cavitied braid, if you like, and inside is this lead wire. Okay. Now, depending on the size of the loop that you're going to create, and I've never known the need to create a big loop. I only ever tie small loops in lead core. You probably need to remove, what's that, 3 or 4 inches of the lead. Pinch it, get rid of it safely, and then tease the braid back up, so that in a sense what you've actually done is you've removed the lead from in there, but you're then left with a section that's still got the lead in, and then this loose section like so, and that's what we're going to actually splice the loop into. So here comes your needle. You'll see it's got a little gate on it. Open the gate, find the end of the lead inside, just bend the leader over slightly to make it easier. Take the hook on the end of the needle and draw it inside that cavity in that braid. Okay, so now you've threaded the braid onto the needle. Tease the needle up until you're probably halfway, maybe just a little bit short of halfway in that section where you've removed the lead, and then bend it again and pop the needle out. Okay. Take the gate, semi-close it, draw your tag end round, and just fit the tag into that gate on that needle. Now, the next bit can sometimes be a little bit tricky. With some lead cores it can be more difficult to pull this back through than others. You can bet your bottom dollar, because we're filming it, this is going to be a tricky one, but generally if you just tease it through you can get the hang of it. So draw the needle and the tag back through the braid itself. You see that's actually come through quite easily. There's your loop starting to form. Keep pulling it through and really carefully just tease it until the needle comes out the other end. The needle generally will just come off on its own, if not just unhook it. So there's your loop that's formed. You've got your tag end coming through. Set the size of the loop that you want. That's about right. Double everything back. Sharp scissors. This is braid, so it needs to be a nice clean cut. Sharp scissors. Trim the tag. And then there's your loop. Now, just for security, you want to tighten this loop down. Now, there are no knots or anything, and people think, well, surely that's going to come undone. But actually, the pressure on the pull is on the loop, and the pressure is equal on each side of that loop. So actually, the more pressure, the tighter the braid beds down, so the less chance there is of the loop coming undone. As I say, just for security's sake, take a baiting needle or something such like support either side, and just gently pull on the loop to tighten it right down. And that's a standard loop. That could be at the top of your leader and you're going to attach your main line to it. At the other end you might actually incorporate a swivel, let's say, and all you would do is before you bring the tag back through into the needle and through the braid, you just pop your swivel through it, and then when you pull it down, tighten it down, instead of having it looped, you'd pull it completely and you'd just be left with a swivel at the end. Don't ever have a swivel at each end of your lead core leader. There isn't a rig on the planet where you should have that. It's just not safe, so don't do it. There you go, splicing lead core. Tricky at first, do it a few times, you'll soon get the hang of it.